Hello, I'm going to talk today about building star stories. Star stories are simply a framework to help you best present your experience to a prospective employer in an interview. In an interview, employers want you to be able to succinctly and effectively talk about your experience. A star story will help you do this, and some employers are even expecting it and use the STAR framework to grade your responses. Building and practicing star stories will help you be prepared for a wide range of interview questions. It is a good idea to prepare several different star stories that can be used to highlight certain skills and demonstrate competencies in areas employers may ask questions about, such as leadership or analytical capabilities. So what is a star story? A star story breaks up your experience into 4 different parts: the situation, task, actions, and results. A couple of general things to remember about your star stories. First, they shouldn't be long. You don't want the recruiter spacing out as you go into way too much detail or start rambling. You want your stories to be in the 1 to 2 minute range. And second, it is best if your star story ties to a specific bullet point on your resume. This is important because you won't be there when the recruiter is reviewing the information from your interview, but your resume will be. And a bullet point on your resume will remind them of the awesome story you told them about your experience. Now we'll look at each part of a star story more closely. I believe the situation is the easiest place to mess up. It is really easy to get carried away laying the groundwork for the important parts that come later. And all that really does is make your story boring and or confusing. So why is the situation even in our story? It is there for brief context. Emphasis on the brief. In establishing what is important for the interviewer to know about the background, it is important to understand who the interviewer is and what their knowledge level is. If you're telling a story about a technical skill and your interviewer is not a technical person, then make sure to keep your situation very high level. The main purpose is to introduce any key players and give a setting to your story. Remember, your star stories need to be 1 to 2 minutes, which means in a 1-minute star story, you'll probably only want to spend around 6 seconds here, which only gives you 1 sentence for the situation. The task is also meant to be brief. The 2 main objectives here are to share what you have been assigned to do and what you are hoping to accomplish by completing that assignment. I want to note an important element to introduce here, and it will become more important later in your story. That element is that this story is about you, so make sure you are talking about you. This isn't about what your team was supposed to do, it is about what you were supposed to do. You want to be able to highlight elements of teamwork, but you also want to make sure you are talking about what you were able to get done. The actions is the meat of your story. This is where you start to shine. Again, you need to make sure you are focusing on you and what you did. Your actions should be specific and concise. They should be detailed enough to understand the value of the action. You also should be able to show the logic behind the actions that you took. The most powerful stories don't just show that you did something, but that you knew what you were doing and why you were doing it. Surprisingly, the results are the easiest part of the story for you to miss and leave out. But showing how you created results will significantly set you apart from other candidates. Here you say how you accomplished the things you were assigned to do when you were presented with a task. If you exceeded expectations, this is where you show off and really shine. Focus on the business impact. How much money did you save? What % did you improve XYZ by? If you have numbers, then use them here, but be prepared to back them up. And there you have it, the recipe for creating a great star story.